Good day, welcome to
Welcome
News
to Flip
Update
TV
on
News.
Flip
My name
TV.
is
My
Peter.
name is Pisoladpo. The national leader of the New Nigeria's People's Party, Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso, has maintained that he has no plans to defect to another political party, making the clarification at the party's National Executive Committee meeting in Abuja on Thursday. Kwankwaso said the NNPP was performing well in Kano and other states, adding, "We are very happy about that." He acknowledged that many people attended the meeting to hear him following recent fake news reports that he would be making a critical decision about his future with the NNPP. Kwankwaso emphasized that any negotiation regarding 2027 general election will be a collective decision as he believed in party supremacy. He advised party members not to be swayed by the hype of politicians defecting to any party. Kwankwaso recalled how he lost the 2003 governorship election in Kano, even as a sitting governor, due to public support for the late former president Muhammadu Buhari. He noted that he returned to power 8 years later, calling it a good lesson for everybody. He said that Nigerians has already made up their minds about the 2027 general election, adding that reality will determine the people's vote. In his remarks, the party national chairman, Dr. Ajuji Ahmed, said the NNPP was the beautiful bride of Nigeria's politics and democracy, waxing strong as the country heads towards the 2027 election. Ahmed urged eligible citizens to register for their permanent voters card. Governor Abba Yusuf of Kano State, represented by his deputy Aminu Gwazo, said despite all plots against the NNPP, the party was progressing under Kwankwaso's leadership. He claimed the party won the two recent by-elections in Kano, but was robbed of victory, expressing confidence that the mandate would be reclaimed. The NNPC's 2023 vice presidential candidate, Bishop Isaac Idahosa, affirmed the party's readiness for the victory in 2027, noting that it was gaining a focused direction under Kwankwaso's leadership. Highlights of the event included the appointment of caretaker committees for Kogi, Gombe, Taraba, and Jigawa states, and the extension of Lagos State Chairman's tenure. Attendees included NEC-elected political officers on the NNPP platform and an INEC observer team. A lawyer, Festus Ogun, on Friday said he has dragged Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to court for blocking him on popular microblogging and social networking service X, formerly Twitter. The Lagos-based human rights lawyer argued that Sanwo-Olu's actions violate his constitutional right to freedom of expression and amount to censorship by a public official. Ogu, posting a picture of the lawsuit on Friday, wrote on his official X account, "I have now sued Sanwo-Olu for blocking me on Twitter. I asked the court to compel him to unblock and apologize to me. Truly, I have gone through mental stress and trauma over this matter, but I will not ask for damages, so I won't be seen as a gold digger. Just unblock me." For individuals, a check on privacy under Rights Section 37 of the Nigerian Constitution may not be directly violated by a blocking on X, meaning that a standalone lawsuit for blocking on social media is not a standard legal action in Nigeria. Also, while one cannot directly sue another for the act of blocking on X under the Nigerian Constitution, one may have grounds to sue if the blocking is part of a broader violation of his or her fundamental rights, particularly the person's rights to freedom of expression. However, a lawsuit is more likely to succeed if the person blocking is a public official, such as a governor, because they have a greater obligation to engage in public discourse and may be violating constitutional rights by doing so. The Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, has made a U-turn regarding his earlier remarks on federal government agreements with the Academic Staff Union of Universities, admitting that it formally signed a pact with the union in 2009. Speaking with reporters in Abuja on Thursday, the minister had insisted that no agreement existed between the government and Asuu, adding that the union was merely parading a draft, a claim rejected by Asuu. But in a statement released on Friday by the ministry's Director of Press and Public Relations, Boriowo Folashade, the minister, acknowledged that the 2009 ASU agreement remains the most recent signed and binding document between both parties. According to the ministry, efforts to update the pact has been made, including the establishment of a renegotiation committee in the 2017 under the former Minister of Education, Malam Adamu. It explained that the process produced the draft Nimi Briggs agreement in May 2021, but the federal government insists the document was never signed. The statement urged stakeholders and the public to disregard any misinterpretation of the minister's earlier remarks, assuring that the federal government remains committed to addressing ASU's demands under the renewed Hope agenda. The national coordinator of the Obidient Movement, Yunusa Tanko, has declared that the group remains united and committed to supporting the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, in the 2027 general election, regardless of the political platform he chooses. Tanko made the clarification in Abuja, following speculations that the movement had become divided along party lines, particularly after former vice president and 2023 presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, announced his intention to contest the 2027 polls on the platform of the African Democratic Congress. Obi, who is yet to make a clear declaration on his political future, has been linked with a possible return to the PDP, continued membership of the Labour Party, or even a move to the ADC. Speaking on behalf of the movement, Tanko stressed that the Obedient Movement's loyalty is to Obi and his vision, not to any particular political party. Tanko described political parties as mere vehicles in democracy, noting that the obedience movement support for Obi transcends party affiliation. He also urged political parties to strengthen internal democracy and called on the Independent National Electoral Commission to guarantee free, fair, and credible elections in 2027. According to him, the minimum expectations of Nigeria is a credible electoral process that truly reflects the people's wishes and consolidates Nigeria's standing as the giant of Africa. That's all on news updates. My name is Pisola Adipo. Thank you.